welcome back to Snoopslimes. Today I'll be adding way too much of these ingredients into slime. So I have a bunch of our best-selling raw honeycomb clays, a big bowl of jumbo foam beads, a bag of pink pigment, and also a bunch of charms. I'm going to be adding a bunch of these slime ingredients into my clear slime base, so let's get into it. So first, I'll be adding a bunch of these raw honeycomb clays that I got from our bestseller raw honeycomb into this 2-gallon batch of clear slime until I literally can't fit any more in. We have 60 of these raw honeycomb pieces that I'm just going to stack on top of this clear slime. Typically, when you add clay into a slime, it makes it super soft and buttery, but adding too much actually makes the slime super stiff. So we'll see how this turns out. All right, the bottom layer is done, and now we're gonna do our second layer. I'm building a raw honeycomb castle. So the actual raw honeycomb slime has a jelly slime base, so I'm very curious of how this would mix with a clear slime base. Trying to make this pretty is more difficult than I thought. Oh, it's gonna tip over if I... We have a little bit more to add. Okay, got the last 5. Let's try to stack these somewhere. It's like playing Jenga, but with raw honeycomb. Right here. I'm gonna put one here. We did it! Guys, I don't know how I fit all this raw honeycomb on top of this clear slime, but I don't think I can fit anymore, so we're gonna try squishing it. Oh man, okay. Whoa. Guys, you can kind of see the clear slime and the clay merging together at the bottom. This is already getting super thick. Okay, I'm gonna take this out of the container because it is getting a little bit too hard to mix inside of it. Oh my goodness. We have this gigantic blob. Honestly, it feels super squishy right now. It doesn't feel as stiff as I thought it was going to be. Okay, if you guys seen those taffy videos where you have to knead the taffy for a long time, I literally feel like I'm doing that with this slime. It's an arm workout. Isn't this like the perfect pizza dough color, or is it not? Cue the ratatouille music. Oh my gosh. Guys, this slime is so dense. Whoa. Well, adding 60 raw honeycomb clay pieces into this clear slime actually made it super squishy and makes amazing bubbles. Watch this. That's so crazy. This was a good experiment. I'm definitely gonna keep this slime for later use. On to the next ingredient. Next, I'll be adding a bunch of these gigantic floam beads into this slime, so let's pour it in. Whoa. It's so colorful. Here we go. Oh my goodness. It just looks like a rainbow ball pit. I'm glad that we're using clear slime because you can really see the colorful beads. Let's take this out. This is a lot of floam beads, but I feel like we can add a little bit more. Oh, here we go. All right, let's dump this. Okay, that is what we need. So obviously the floam beads make the slime super crunchy, but adding too much might actually make the slime pretty rippy. So I'm curious to see what this might do. We're gonna dump a little bit more in, just a little bit. This is crazy, like. Okay, it's getting really crunchy, but I think it can hold just a little bit more. This slime is twice the size of what we began with because we were adding too many floam beads. It's super colorful though, and the slime reminds me of gobstoppers. Should I add more? I think I can add a little bit more. Now we're going to mix it up. If I even can. It's getting harder and harder to mix the more I add the beads, and it's just starting to rip. Just look at that. Guys, look at this giant blob of slime. And the floor is so messy right now. You guys have to see. Oh my goodness. This clear slime held the beads pretty well, but I would say if it was a little bit more stretchy, I would definitely buy this slime. Now we're gonna move on to our third ingredient. Now we have a bunch of charms to add into this clear slime. I usually just add 1 or 2 charms into single slime to tie the slime concept all together, but this time we have a lot more than just 2 charms. First, we have a bucket of these watermelon pop charms, and we're just going to pour everything into this clear slime. Whoa, this charm has a pointy edge, so I hope it doesn't hurt my fingers. All right, let's take this out of the container first. We need more charm than this. We have our special weapon, these Dalmatians. This is definitely more than 101 Dalmatians. Get it? Okay, let's pour these Dalmatians in. And gonna try mixing it all up. You chose the pokiest charms ever. These little Dalmatians have like the most sharp tails I've ever seen in a charm. All right.
Welcome.
So charms usually don't change the slime's texture because we only add 1 or 2 of them. But now that we're adding a bunch, it's going to act like floam beads and going to make the slime super crunchy. I'm going to add a little bit more because this is not enough. I hope I didn't need these for anything. Cue ASMR. The mix of Dalmatian and watermelon charms is actually turning out better than I thought. All right, this slime is getting super crunchy actually, but it's also starting to hurt my hands. It does make some unique crunch noises. Ow! Wait, that hurts. This slime is actually super pretty, but it's definitely not the kind of slime I would be able to sell in my shop because it hurts my hands too much. On to the next ingredient. I saved the best and the messiest for last. I have this huge bag of pink pigment that I'll be pouring into this gallon of slime. For this one, I'm gonna tie up my hair because I don't wanna get pigment on my hair. This is our first scoop. Here we go. Oh, we are going to be mixing this pigment inside of this slime. This pigment is actually the same one we use for our bestseller confetti cake, and it makes this really, really vibrant pink color. Whoa. If you get close, you can actually see like fume like, oh man. Whoa. Guys, I love the color of this already. Let's take this out of the container. It's already getting super vibrant, but pigment does tend to make the slime a little bit stickier, so I'm also going to add a little bit more activator as we add more pigment. All right, second scoop. Plop. Whoa, let's mix this up. This is a part where it gets really messy. The first scoop wasn't that bad, but this is, oh my gosh. Can you guys see the pink smoke coming out of the slime? Stay back. Whoa. I'm so glad we did this one last. Okay, we definitely can add a little bit more pigment. I wanna see if it actually melts the slime, so 1 more scoop. Here we have it. Let's plop it into the slime. Okay, here we go. By the way, guys, for comparison, I only add like 1 tablespoon of this pink pigment to a gallon of slime. So adding this much into this gallon of slime is so much more. Oh my gosh, like look at that. It's definitely making the slime a lot more sticky, and it's crazy how much pink like smoke is coming out of this. Whoa, it's like a volcano. Oh, my shirt. is this the pinkest slime I've ever created? Pigments tend to make the slime less sticky than dye, but in this case, when we added this much pigment, oh yeah, the slime does get really sticky. I think this slime is also going to be really good for bubbles, so let's try making one. Drum roll, please. Oh my gosh, guys, look at this bubble. Wow. Yeah, even though the slime's sticky, it makes really good bubbles. Because we added so much pigment, I expected the slime to get a little bit gritty, but actually the pigment mixed in really, really well, and it's really smooth. I do see all the little grains of pigment though. I feel like we added a bit too much that it can't really be mixed completely. Well, I think adding pigment to slime was the best one to end with. And surprisingly, it wasn't as messy as adding floam beads into slime. Well, I think I found the max amount of ingredients that I can put into slime, and it was super fun and messy. Comment below which other slime ingredients you guys want us to try next, and don't forget about our weekly restocks every Friday at 6 p.m. Central Time. Make sure to subscribe, turn on your notification bell, and see you guys next week. Bye! Ready? There's so many cameras. Beyonce, where are you?
I think you look good with pink hair.
Me? Oh wait, this reminds me of the trend where people feed their dogs watermelons and they eat it weird.